Hello, and welcome to day 6 to 10 of recapping the ML series, Learning from Chatgpt. So let's get started. So let's have a look at day 6. So here it looks like we're getting the eminence data, and like we saw yesterday, we are just converting it into, like the float 32 are converting into a standard range 0 to 1. So here we're going to make a neural network. And we're going to have an L2 regularization here. And this is when we sometimes decrease the weight of a certain feature if it's not relevant. For instance, there might be one column in a, say it was a taxi data set, there might be one column which would be I don't know, something that's not relevant. I don't know, maybe age, but then maybe so age is not relevant, so then our L2 regularization function will decrease the weight, decrease how much input the age feature has on the total model. So here we're having 512 neurons, activation ReLU. So this is when it takes in an input. If it's greater than 0, it just splits that number out. If it's less than 0 or 0, it just returns 0. Okay, and then we have the final layer. So we're having 2 layers here. Then the final layer is softmax. So this gives a probability of each neuron, for each neuron of digits 0 to 9. Can compile it using Adam, which is an optimizer, and categorical cross entropy, which we use for multi-class classification. Then we have the accuracy metrics. Then we're fitting it with 10 epochs and batch size of 32. Okay, so then we can see that, and yeah, that's just using there. And this was where we just had a random image, and we're just outputting it, and the predicted and the actual. So yeah, this is 8 because it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now let's move on to day 7. Okay, so here we're just making some data. We're having random, and then it's making it linear. So if x train 0 plus x train 1 is greater than 1, we return 1, otherwise 0. Okay, so here we're using ReLU activation function like we did just before, and sigmoid activation function. So this is for binary classification. Gives probability for 0 and probability for 1, so true and false. Which 2 binary options we have. So Adam optimizer and binary cross entropy. This is for binary classification, and we saw with day 6. Let's see, categorical cross entropy. And we're using accuracy again. So 10 epochs, backside is 32. An example of a prediction, creating X test and Y test. Predictions, model or predict. And then we print the actual and the predicted. So that we see this rounds up to 1, 1, 1. 1. This is very close. So this one was wrong, but it was very close to being not. And that's 1. So, okay. Moving on to day 8. Let's see what we've got here. So we're making some random data like we did yesterday. And this just looks like the same code, but we're doing we're also plotting the training validation loss, and we can see it's going down, the loss, and we can see that our accuracy is going up. We can see it's fluctuating a bit. This may be due to a bit of noise that's present in our data. Okay, now let's move on to day 9. Okay, so here we're in random, and then we're creating a linear relationship. If it's greater than 5, it's 1 and 0. Okay, so then we're having 4 layers. So that our input layer and our output layer, then we have 2 hidden layers. No, sorry. Yeah, these are, so we have 3 hidden layers, sorry. So our first one, 60 neurons. You can see these are all powers of 2. Yeah, so input shape of 10, so we have 10 input neurons.